Different identities. Podcast with BSCAR.
Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome to another edition of the PODICAST right here at Molapo Crossing with your host, SCAR. As usual, another Wednesday. And yeah, man, we're at Capello. We decided to move chairs. You know, you refuse to leave your crib and you just want to be chilling out there. There's places you can see in the city, man. It's a hub on its own. You can come through, have some performances here at the Molapo Piazza, or you can have a small intimate gig, press conference if you like. There's a small theater there as well. All right, just hit them up, look them up on their social media platforms. Showcase Molapo Piazza. Those are your keywords, and then you'll get hooked up just like we do every single time. And today's show is really, really exciting because if you haven't heard, the Botswana national team, the men's national team, is headed to the African Cup of Nations for only the second time since 2012, and we're very, very excited. I never thought this would be the guy I'd be talking to about this in the first place, man. Hey, life. Yeah, you know what I mean? But in the house, we're not only going to talk about that, we're going to be talking about him also as an individual. This man has been a broadcaster way before even some of us got into it, man. He was one of our first national stars on TV. You know, he came through all the way from Phikwe there, Cheeky, basketball. And then, they ended up on BTV, ended up on RB2 as well, ended up on Yarona FM as well. So he's a very, very well-versed broadcaster. Moved on to become a programs manager of Yarona FM. Ultimately moved on again and got into the media space because everyone who thinks radio or broadcasting just thinks about the celebrity part of being in front of the camera or in front of the mic. But he got to learn more about the business, about being on the other side and how to make money out of time spent listening, time spent viewing, all that good stuff that, we're trying to monetize content as we move on. And this is a brother that I think understands it, and this is why he's working with the likes of the Botswana Football Association. Guys, I'm really bad at these intros. Bonni Dintwa.
Yeah. Well, before we started, I asked him if he did show prep. And I see a little bit of prep.
There is prep.
Yes, but you see, when I train guys, I always teach you guys, do bullet points so that you make your intro really, really short and punchy.
Okay, first
so
of all,
you've fallen off. Since udra podcast, you've fallen off nyana. My show prep. So
you know what the problem with
perfect.
Having a show prep on a pod, the conversation starts going somewhere else. And all of a sudden, what am I doing with these bullet points? So I try to cover the whole spectrum. So welcome to the show.
You're trying. It's not bad.
How are you, Papa?
It's nice to be here. You've been trying to get me on this thing of yours for a couple of years now, and I keep dodging, right?
Here you are, though. How would you like to be introduced for people who are discovering you for the first time?
Okay, so it's weird, huh?
Yeah.
I was speaking to Abby earlier on.
Yeah.
And the thing that's weird about guys like me is you and I were talking off camera about the Eddie Murphy documentary on Netflix.
Being Eddie.
It's such a weird thing because in that documentary they talked about how he went from being the raw guy to the guy who's doing family movies, and now like he's an he's an elder statesman and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's weird because when I look at some of the stuff, the links that I used to do, let's say on Flavor Dome on TV back in the day, or very early on.
Yeah.
And the stuff I used to do on RB2.
Yeah.
it's mind-blowing what kind of difference it is, right?
Yeah.
And I weigh about 40 kilos more as well. So one thing that nobody talks to you about when getting older is just you get fat. Just naturally, you naturally just get fat, right?
Fighting like a pig.
But the funny thing with you is you actually put in the work and lost a little bit of weight.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes, sir.
Zeus looks like he's on Ozempic, but it's fine.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, Ozempic, what's up?
No, but Zeus has always been like a gym rat. I think some of us and you know, and also being looked at by people. I think popularity in that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why won't we get into gym? Why won't guys get into a combi when they're broke? You know what I mean? Like why in Botswana does popularity end up becoming a bad thing for the people who actually get it?
Okay, so
hard question. It's supposed to be at the end, that one.
No.
Yeah.
I understand it. Back to your first question. There's different Bonnies, I guess. There's the guy who put his Air Jordans on the couch. And then there's the kind of Dume FM Bonni was the transition.
Yeah.
And then there's the programs manager Bonni, and then there was the board member Gabs FM Bonni, and now there's the entrepreneur. And you can never go back.
Yeah.
So I think now the easiest way to introduce me, which I think works for everybody, is I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a shareholder in a sports marketing agency that's based in Newcastle, in KZN, in South Africa.
No doubt.
We have an office in Joburg, and then we have the Botswana office with my two partners. One is South African, one is in Botswana.
Yes, sir.
So that's really who I am now. And then all those experiences that I have from the radio stuff and the writing Molapo and the TV stuff and all that, all those experiences kind of led up to where I am now. And then in terms of your question about being comfortable in your own skin, something that I've realized, because after I was talent, then I started managing talent.
Management, yeah.
One thing that I realized is that the most talented people in the industry are probably the most insecure people in the world.
Stop telling them our business.
You understand? No, it's the truth. Like people who are in front of the camera and behind the mic, they're usually the most insecure people out there. They're very, very sensitive about their shit.
Yeah.
And I realized that, Linda, when I was there, you're artists.
Yeah.
You know, people think an artist is a guy who puts out music. No, but the guy who makes clothes is an artist.
Definitely.
BK is an artist. He makes fashion. He's an artist, right?
Definitely.
You're an artist because you're a rapper, but you're an artist because you're a presenter.
Yes,
Presenters are artists, and we're all really, really sensitive about our art.
Yes, sir.
And a part of that sensitivity comes from the fact that Botswana, and all over the world, really, I think, people are not kind to, I hate the word celebrity, but celebrities, people who are well known.
Yeah.
As soon as people know you, people are very, very unkind.
Yeah.
And I think that also comes from a place of a lot of people want fame, but a lot of people don't want to work.
Yeah.
In the same way, a lot of people want to be rich, but don't want to work, right? Yeah. You see a guy in a Range Rover, right? Immediately before you even meet the guy, just the guy coming out of an SVR or a G-Wagon, it's fuck that nigga. You never met this dude.
Give
So it's the same thing as popularity, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people, I spent a large part of my adult life with kind of, I was the fuck that nigga guy.
Yeah.
You know, Bonni, fuck that nigga.
He had no time.
I was, Bonni, what claim, man? Bonni, you know what I mean? So, unfortunately, that comes with the fact that and the first experience that people in Gabs had of me was radio, TV.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
So they didn't grow up with you, Kobo G West, Tikobo Extension 12 for that.
Wow. So no, was not that shit. Because sometimes
you know what? No, we need to fight about that one.
What is it? But fuck you niggas
no,
too.
You know what the crazy part about that thing is? Someone knows someone. There was also separation here because public school and private school. You know what I mean? And they can't stand each other. So
no,
here you coming all the way from
not from a private school. I've heard about it.
Why didn't you assimilate with the MAP kids and the LA kids and all of that?
No, the problem was My boy Fox is here. He's one of my partners.
Yeah.
Now when we came to Gavs when we were younger, we came to play basketball. One.
Yeah.
And when I say play, I mean kick ass. You see, we didn't come to play. One.
I wish I could see highlights.
So you got it. There's this game I'll never forget. Okay. We're playing GSS at GSS.
Yeah.
Remember when GSS had the best court in the world?
Yes, sir.
The one that was in the center of the classes.
Yeah.
Huh? Like some nerd would be studying and you'd be dunking on niggas by GSS. So we were beating, and I remember Choba was playing for GSS at the time, I think. We were beating the shit out of Nerutwa Peak.
Yeah.
And so I want to simulation.
So guys were already hating
they
from
already
the jump.
hating from basketball. And then how to pick out basketball, shooting and Carol Japan, you know.
Let's talk a little bit about Pico because we had O'Neal here.
Yeah.
He's more of a Joburg guy now. He doesn't talk that much about Pico, but when he talks about it, he talks about it in hindsight. These are the lessons that I got from being in Pico. What lessons did you guys get from Pico? Because a lot of people do come here and excel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not talking just about sports only, even academia. I mean,
politics.
Yeah. Hey, let's not talk about politics.
No, I'm saying in all walks of life.
You still got to get a president, but you got a speaker.
But go to what I'm saying is this.
Yeah.
The influence Yarona.
What was it?
It's far-reaching. Wow.
Yeah.
There'd be no Joburg O'Neal.
Yeah.
I get it. If there's no Phikwe Zibanai.
Yeah.
Do you understand? There'd be no Bonni Dintwa. There's no Bonni right now without Phikwe. So the thing that Phikwe did, which was very different.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you mentioned Yarona la Malaysia, the private school, the public school, whatever.
Yeah.
Phikwe was weird because it was one melting pot.
Yeah.
I always back in the day when I was dating American girls, I would always say to them, no, it's the truth, dog. It's the truth. Nah, these girls locally mustn't lie to you.
No.
They don't know me like that, Papa. I was dating for Nas. No, Papa. They can cut this clip on YouTube. I claim, hey, fat man, I want to say, you didn't date me. You didn't date me. So, Pico, what they did is, and that's why, speaking of politics, so one time I'm with my ex.
Sweating is crazy.
One time I'm fat. Why are you sweating? One time I'm with my ex. The girl I dated before I married my wife was the last girl I dated before I married. It's an American girl. She's from Queens, right?
Yeah.
And we're at some event.
Yeah.
Okay. Ko Bozana Craft.
Yeah.
And what's always with Jumela. Right, he's former Phikwe boys.
But is also from Phikwe.
He spent time in Phikwe.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, Mr. Dintwa, and he spent time at SPSS.
No doubt.
So when I lead me as a legend, so and I'm with this girl, so they see me, and then Phikwe niggas, you have to go out to me, son.
Yeah.
So go out to me, I'm not all about Phikwe. Yeah, Phikwe nigga. And then they're like, what do you as a legend is doing? Hey, la way, my brother. I know le Brazil ko parlo
No, what how do you guys move different? But that's what I want to find out all the time.
We were melting pot. There were no white kids, black kids, Indian kids. We all had friends who are white or had friends from Zimbabwe. Also, that's the coolest thing about Phikwe. Private school kids, we all. That's why. You will never hear what they Malaysia Phikwe. Go public school or Zeebs didn't go to the same school I went to. That's my brother.
Yeah.
Because we're all just Phikwe guys.
Yeah.
So the thing that Phikwe gave us was confidence. Okay. And then it also gave us a level of understanding that success is built by collaboration.
Yeah.
All of us kind of messed with each other.
Yeah.
And every guy from Phikwe is well endowed as well. So.
Oh, come on.
What do you mean?
No, leave us out of it.
No, what do you mean?
All right. I hope it flew over some people's heads.
No. But those who don't know English, they don't get what I'm saying.
So when it comes to the media,
yeah,
and storytelling and broadcasting, where did that bug bite you? Or was it something saying what you always knew you'd be? Because
it never bit me.
You are from the first time I met you, you've always been very, very opinionated, and you're not even worried about what anyone else has to say about it. Was it always like your demeanor? Were you always going to be a storyteller, a broadcaster?
It's crazy. I never wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I've told the story I think once before, and I was doing an interview years ago with the Root Boy Nect.
Yeah.
So I think I did that one interview with The Voice years ago.
Yeah.
Because I generally don't do interviews, so I'm refusing to come on this podcast.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, TK. TK asked me to go on his podcast before he asked me. Fair and square, the truth. No, I helped name that show. I named the Jews. So sorry, TK, my man. Sorry.
I'm happy you take sides, my brother.
No, you're my guy. You hosted a show with my wife. You're my guy. So, you know.
So when you were never going to be this...
I generally don't do interviews. I avoid them like cancer, right?
Yeah.
Because I think they're very self-indulgent.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there talking about yourself. Like, would you believe that anybody gives a fuck about you?
It's crazy
and wants
for
to know
someone
about
who
you?
works on the radio.
I genuinely don't believe in anybody gives a shit. Like this particular episode is probably going to get 2.5 views because nobody cares about me.
Watch us work.
Nah, fuck it, man. I don't believe that. I never wanted to do radio or television. I started on television. So what I wanted to do was be an industrial designer, and I went to college for that shit. Study industrial design.
Yeah.
And then I come back to Botswana. I leave school. This is my wife's favorite thing to say to my kids. Oh, your dad dropped out in college. And I'm like, hey, midget, I didn't drop out of college. I left.
Yeah.
There's a difference. I was top of my class.
Yeah.
I left because college life just wasn't for me, my man.
Yeah.
You know, I tell guys all the time, especially now that I'm a parent, I'm an uncle now.
Yeah.
So I can tell Banganabam who have kids in college. Those kids aren't doing shit out there except having sex and trying drugs and shit. College teaches kids nothing. It's vibes. It's 3 years of vibes, guys. And I'm not an outgoing guy. You know me. I'm not a club guy.
You're
I don't
never
like
anywhere. Nah.
Yeah, I don't really go out.
Yeah.
Even when I was younger, I played basketball and I went to the crib and I watched movies. I like movies.
Yeah.
So when I get to college, you know, it's guys just trying out this exposition. Man, nah. Watching porn.
It turned you off.
So yes.
The experience.
So college, I didn't have a problem with school.
Yeah.
But college life, campus life was fucked up.
Yeah.
I hated that constant mudumo. So I left.
Where were you at?
I was in Malaysia.
In Malaysia, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Can just
overseas.
look for
I was here
confirmation
for a little bit, then I was in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So every school, whether you be or Malaysia, so I always believed in myself. So I genuinely thought I would be successful with or without the college degree.
Damn.
So I left and came back home. My brother, I got an older brother, 2 older brothers, right? Lee's the oldest one.
Yeah.
Okay, the boer. I can say he's a boer. No, I agree.
Light-skinned.
No, he's a boer. That means a boer Martin. All his friends call him boer Martin. He's a boer.
Yeah.
The boer, and then there's Tepo, right? The white guy.
Yeah.
So I got an oldest brother who's a boer, and then an older brother, middle one who's a white guy.
Yeah.
And then there's me. So we get gradually darker by age.
How was that in the crib?
It's weird.
It's like, I don't look...
It's weird. So I have... So my older brothers... My mom.
Yeah.
You know them. Like, you know my family.
No,
so my mom is a white woman.
Like
nah, she's a white woman. Yeah, no, she's white.
Like, yo,
Yeah.
you're like,
don't ever
where
call
did this come
Don't
from?
ever call my mother colored. She hates that. She's like, I'm a white woman.
No doubt.
My mom is literally like a white British lady.
Blind.
She's British and she's English and Scottish. So
Yes,
like,
sir.
so and no, I get the black sheep of the family, black sheep of the family. So we're coming from, remember Sports Cafe?
I remember Sports Cafe upstairs.
These guys are young. You guys don't know Sports Cafe. You're children.
Abby
Abby doesn't know Sports Cafe. Abby doesn't know Sports Cafe.
Yeah, Abby doesn't know Sports Cafe.
So there was a place called Sports Cafe.
No, he doesn't know Sports Cafe.
When I was... No, you guys don't know Sports Cafe.
No, don't let the beard fool you. It's lighty.
These guys are young. These guys use condoms. They're young.
Oh, come on, Bonni.
No, it's the truth.
Hey, so you're coming from Sports Cafe.
They're young. So we used to do Sports Cafe on every Thursday because they do karaoke nights. So we never missed it, right?
Yeah.
My man Louis was the owner of Sports Cafe, right?
The white guy.
Yeah.
Is he from Phikwe also?
Nah, Louis is not from Phikwe.
Okay.
He's Phikwe adjacent. So Louis, right? Sports Cafe, whatever. And we used to drink so much.
Yeah.
Because I was young, my 20s, right? We would drink so much. It was crazy. We'd binge drink, which is very bad for you.
Yeah.
But you're young. You're like 23. You're binge drinking.
Yeah.
And then the day after, no one will do audition. It's at TV. BTV, the one presenters.
Yeah.
I had no idea that those things were even happening. So my brother, straight from Sports Cafe, I get it. Can I lead this? I lead this bolognese. Hey, so it was a Sports Cafe, right? At like 3 a.m. Then I shane Temba.
Hansa ya bo kana ke bo bokae ya.
My man,
Just cheap
From
liquor
there,
to get
from
you
there,
drunk. Yeah.
my brother drives to Department of Information and Broadcasting. Sanzili Dips.
In Main Mall.
No.
Oh, yeah.
The campus.
Yeah.
Can at the time RB2 hadn't even moved to the new campus. It was only TV.
Yeah.
RB2 was still in the main mall.
Yeah.
So this guy takes me to thing. Now I think I'm sleeping in the car. The guy wakes me up. And he's like, hey man, I'm audition. Oh, fucking what? No, I was going to audition inside TV. I did the BTV audition. I wasn't hungover. I was still drunk.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that first audition. No, I can tell these stories, man. Children need to know their father used to be cool. So
I'm sure the girls are gonna be watching this.
Nah, my kids need to know their father used to be very cool.
No doubt.
So I don't even remember that. Like, you asked me today what was happening in the audition.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I did that audition. A guy called Simon Guinya was on the panel. A chick called Kaliso Mpino was on the panel. There was a guy called Chilume as well on that panel.
Thank you, Pa.
And they're like, this guy has something, bro. We think this guy has something.
Yeah.
So when I leave, I don't give a damn. I don't want to be on TV.
Yeah.
I get a call back. I'm like, shit. So I get a call back, and they've already chosen the chick that they want on the show. Chawa.
Bali. Damn. A moment of silence for Chawa.
Yeah, Chawa hot.
Damn.
So Chawa Bale, they've already chosen Chawa. World-class human being. And they're trying to do screen tests. Because what you guys don't realize is with TV shows and with movies, they do screen tests because they need to make sure the chemistry, you guys look good together on TV, and the chemistry works.
Yeah.
So they're testing out this other guy, and then they're testing me out with Chawa.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got on the screen test with Chawa, it just worked. We just looked really good together.
Yeah.
And there was just a really chill rapport.
It was a good time, Bonni. Some of us, like, I don't think we had ever seen people buying water in the feel or get it.
Yes.
Until we saw you guys on TV as well. Because most of the time, the stuff that was, and this is no disrespect. I mean, I grew up with Pauline. And who else? And Botepo, you know what I mean? Bo Greg.
The late great Steez.
The late great Steez. Sometimes I felt they didn't get it, like how you would watch like your 106 and Park on BET and stuff, and then all of a sudden there you and Chawa are out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, cool, where did they get these ones?
Yeah.
What was the plan? Like when they have you back there, what was Flavor Dome supposed to be?
So it was actually, what was the show called? Dude, I remember I forgot my first show. It was a late night one before Flavor Dome. No, the late night one. Miribo. Chawa and I. So this is what happened, right? So the famous people or the cool kids, I guess were doing Flavor Dome and we're doing like DRH and stuff.
Yeah.
And we were just, I think, so talented that we gotta find a place for these guys. And you mentioned 106 and Park.
Yeah.
We were very, very 106 and Park TRL. And the thing that worked with Chawa and I is the thing that I say to guys whenever I was a programs manager and I would pair people on radio.
Yeah.
My thing with the pairing people on radio would always be yin and yang. Right?
Yeah.
So Chawa was very kind of in her shell and reserved.
Yeah.
But under the right kind of circumstance environment would come out.
Definitely.
And I was very opinionated and in your face.
Yeah.
But under the right circumstance with the right person, you could kind of bring me down and cool me down a little bit.
Tone it down nicely, yeah.
So that balance was perfection. Because I was able to make Chawa do stuff that was really outside of a comfort zone. And Chawa was able to kind of shut me up and cool me down a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's what the balance was. And the thing that was crazy is Miriba then became this flagship show when it was supposed to be like one of the other shows.
The supporting shows.
So we became, like I said, TRL.
Yeah.
Everybody guys would miss Diacha, but stay up until 11 to watch us.
Yeah.
And it was because we had a lot more freedom to try stuff out. There's this shot that we did at the it's Avani now, Gaborone San. We did an episode of Gaborone San because they would allow us to just go places and shoot the shit.
Yeah.
And Chawa took her top off. Right? And she got in the bathtub. So I said, and they would let us come up with ideas for our own shots.
Yeah.
Right? They let us be creative as a presenter. So we weren't limited. Like, we don't have a producer out there dictating what we should do.
Yeah.
Because we're shooting on location, So I said to Shawa, so we'd sit in between takes
Yeah.
and come up with ideas. I just Shawa, like, Shawa, let's kind of rock the boat a little bit. We're late night, we're after 11.
Yeah.
Let's pretend you're naked in a bathtub taking a bath, right? And I'm in a robe. So we're putting these ideas in people's heads. Like, are these dudes like... So it was like the last shot of an episode. We need to find this. And so she's wearing jeans. She takes her top off. And she's sitting in the bathtub. Because of the angle of the shot, she's in the
can't see it,
and
yeah.
it's up to like below her armpit.
Yeah.
So it's like her breastises are covered by the bathtub, right? Ooh. And I'm there in the robe, and I took my shirt off, and they're shooting me at the top, so it looks like I'm naked on the robe.
Yeah.
And I'm like going into the yo, these people the camera guys need to go. Like we need to sleep. Like we taking the room. Yo, the comments you got, and that was our outro for the show.
What year is this? Like give or take.
Bro, it was a long time ago. I was young, so it'd be 2002, 2003. Sure. So, yeah, bro, I was getting killed in 2005, 4, about putting my sneakers on the couch. So it was...
And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Honoro, for such a conservative, like, people. Like, why? It's all
yeah, and that's why we did it.
You know what I mean? Botswana, well, ATI is the one who told me Botswana are not conservative.
No.
Until you meet them on Facebook. What do you think?
No. Botswana are not conservative. Botswana like when you push the envelope. Botswana like being tested. Botswana like doing stuff that gets a rise out of them. I built a whole career on radio doing that. You understand?
Yeah.
There's this lady who stopped me at Spa years after I was on radio.
Yeah.
Years. I was programs manager at Yarona FM at the time.
Yeah.
And years after I left RB2. And this girl comes around. I say girl because I'm an old man, but it's a young lady. Came running up to me when I was at the checkout. I was about to leave. She said, please don't leave. Can I introduce you to my mom?
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, am I that old? I was like, cool.
It's over.
And then no. The mom was like, she's an old lady. And this old lady comes over and I'm like freaking out. Like, why is this old lady? And she says to me, my mom would pick me up from high school every single day and your RB2 show would be on, live and large. And without fail, she would get angry. Hanga change her radio. And her argument was, so do you see how?
Yeah, that's how you caught them.
Yes. And then the mother said to me, she said, hey, we saw no antena. And she says, I never disappointed her. Every day without fail, I would say something that would irritate her. And that's why she listens. So Botswana like that. You know, you spoke about ATI and him coming out with a black teardrop and, oh, he's a Satanist. But guess what? They kept listening and coming back.
Everyone came back.
Yeah.
Cut. It's about time. I'm coming with the next question.
It's wet. That's what he said.
It's wet. That's what he said. All right. We're back again.
Yeah.
Rhythm.
Yeah, no, the weather is cool now.
Well, it's cooler.
It's cooler than it was really.
It's a start. This nigga's gonna leave.
That's what she said.
You better not leave.
That's
this
what
on.
she said.
Bonni.
I don't want to get pregnant. This guy's what I no, I want no babies. Let's go.
We gotta move. We gotta move it up, dog. I want to get to radio there.
Yeah.
Because TV. How long were you on the TV for?
I was on TV for a long time, man. I was on TV for 6 years.
Yeah.
Then I was away for a year.
Yeah.
And then they brought me back on Flavor Dome. For like a year period before they switched to like doing TV blind. Edgar, DJ blind.
Okay, so I want to get it from you as someone who has worked for government and also worked for private.
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference?
Oh man, okay. I'm gonna talk about my experience because I think it's unfair to talk about anything that you are outside of.
Because you were able to come back, go, and then be able to come back again on RB2.
Yeah. So the thing is and I say this with kind of pure intentions and honesty. When BTV was there when I was a kid and I was young and I was on BTV.
Yeah.
So this is 25 years ago when I was on TV. 25, 26 years ago.
Yeah.
The best talent that you have ever seen in a control room,
Yeah.
behind a camera, in an edit suite.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Was in that multimedia complex.
Yeah.
I'm talking about guys that you could literally put against anybody in the world.
Yeah.
Hollywood, South Africa, whatever. They were all there. You know, I talked about guys like Bo Simon Gwenya, Bogayiso Mapine, you know, Bo Chilume, Jimmy George, like all these guys that were there. So it was a really great work environment because when you are in a position where you're allowed to try shit,
Yeah.
and shit try,
Yeah.
and then people are able to put it out there, and then Botswana and everybody, and not just Botswana.
Yeah.
My man, when we were on BTV, we were getting emails and letters, and we had fans as far as North Africa. Like, that's crazy because the product was so good. Guys in South Africa were watching us and not watching, you know, SABC or Mnet or whatever. That's how good the product was.
Yeah.
And the product was good because at the time, they were under Ministry of Comms, I guess.
Yeah.
The Manganono was the PS. So what they did is they had management who would say, we operate within certain parameters.
Hey.
Like, you know what I mean?
Hey, no, you don't talk about watch it.
Be creative. Be free to
That's
be
the line
you.
I want to get to.
Right?
How were you, especially you, dog?
Yeah.
How were you able to balance that line? Because I'm going to say it out loud. A lot of these public broadcasters are scared.
Yes.
They're scared for their lives. You can't even bring up anything to do with anything serious. You can't talk about politics. It's like, yo, you're trying to get me fired?
So
How were you guys able to balance, like...
we had a lady who was was station manager for RB2 when I was there.
Yeah.
Okay? The lady's name was Makasine. I talk about it every time anybody asks me about my broadcast career. I bring up Makasine, okay? Because what she did is she taught me when I got into management, management, you know, I did TV at UPIC and then radio.
Yeah.
My management style was built on her. So this is what Makasine would do, right? Makasine would protect you even to her detriment in front of the world. And then when the world was gone and you were behind closed doors, she would kick your fucking ass if you did something wrong.
Yeah.
But what she did is no matter what you were trying to do, she would always let you be you. Okay?
Yeah.
And Makasine is a lady, you know Makane?
Makane.
That lady is one that she invented that show. She came up with that show, Makane, which endures to this day. And she created that. And I think it came from the fact that she studied in the US, spent a lot of time in the US. So her style was very US broadcaster.
Yeah.
So I tell guys, Gary, I spent more time on my broadcast career, radio, and TV, than in the private sector.
Yeah.
Right? So on air at Yarona FM, 2 years. On air at Duma FM, 5 years. On air at RB2, 7 years. So the vast majority of the time I spent on air, right, was Day. So think of all this crazy shit that people think about that I did. I did most of it Day. And where I pushed the envelope the most was at Live and Large at RB2.
Yeah.
Much more than any freedom that I was ever given at Yarona FM.
Yeah.
Or any freedom that I had at Duma FM.
Yeah.
The most freedom I had was Day.
Yeah.
And it's because at the time we were a public broadcaster, not a government broadcaster.
Yeah.
And those are the subtle differences that exist, which is what I believe we need to go back to.
They try to teach me that concept. Here, like, 2 minutes.
Hey, you have a degree. You have a degree. Not a degree.
No, I got a degree. That was another one I jumped from. Haven't you seen Facebook?
Oh, I thought you finished.
No, jump ship. Masters. Remember that thing? The nigga has a master.
Don't make a masters.
Hey, every 5 minutes. Hey, you know. No, because he's got his own. He's got a master's. So
okay.
Shout out Dollar Mac.
No, good enough for me. The fact that Dollar and Ale masters on, it makes me realize okay, I get to get
the concept on our public and government broadcasting where RB2 or RB1 really stood. And you were a major difference in that. I can still remember that Rugrats instrumental. Every time that thing pops up,
take me there.
That's how you got us. You know what I mean? I'm moving a little quickly because I want to get into what you're doing now, but I also want to touch a little bit about what you've done before as well, Bonni. So
Yeah, I want a lot of hats. I'm sorry, guys watching.
There's a lot
I've been
going
a
on
lot
here,
of things.
man.
It's gonna be like an 8-hour episode. Sorry.
No, I'm trying to keep it in 90. I'm trying to keep it at 90 minutes. I want to talk about RB2 and you moving from Nedi RB2 to Duma FM to Yarona FM. Was it on purpose or was it management disagreements?
No.
How did you move from all of them? Kind of you've been on all of them.
I was really happy.
Yeah.
I think something that I always say to guys is anybody who's worked with me will never say a bad word about me.
Yeah.
I work really hard.
Yeah.
I'm extremely respectful. Like, don't let the on-air bullshit fool you. That is, when I train guys, I tell them, you create an on-air persona, which is your character.
Yeah.
And then that's who you are on screen,
Yeah.
on TV, or who you are on radio. The great actors and the great presenters, people think that's who you are, off air.
Yeah.
Like, people call Selomage and Nobe Ajimoro to this day, because he did such a great job being Archie, right?
Yeah.
And so people still kind of, who heard me or watched me back then, still view me as that nigga, but I was never that nigga off camera, right?
Facts.
But the RB2 thing is I'll always love RB2.
Yeah.
I say to guys to this day, yet if you ask me, Gore, which is my radio station and the station that I love, if I was to pick a station which defines me, I'd always say RB2.
Yeah.
Some guys will say, no, I play for Liverpool, then I play for Real Madrid, but the team is Liverpool. So for me, RB2 is my Liverpool. There's no place. As much as I was a manager at Yarona FM, RB2 is my heart as a broadcaster. Yarona FM, I think, more so as an administrator and as a trainer.
Yeah.
But now, who I am, that's the guy that I was. And then followed by probably my Duma FM years when I was older. And I kind of evolved and became more of a journalist. And cared about current affairs and demonstrated my kind of knowledge of sports and stuff. Wow. But RB2 is I'm forever an RB2 guy. If RB2 need anything to this day, they can call me and I'll show up. Yeah.
So, as someone you're okay, cool. As the talent, some of these private radio stations keep the talent away from the money. When you became programs manager, how were you able to wear that hat, knowing that, it's like the big guys are the ones who get the money, but the small guy is the one who's working his tail off?
The first thing I did when I became programs manager at Yarona FM in 2014 is I gave everybody a pay rise.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact. I'm not even lying.
Yeah.
First thing I did is I sat for 3 months. I looked at the product. I always do that. I looked at the product for 3 months. I tried to figure out what worked, what didn't work. I created what I thought would be an on-air product that would work.
Yeah.
But then what I did is I increased everybody's salary because the station could afford it.
Yeah.
And in my view, because I was coming off air, I was still, in my heart, I was talent. And I think I'll forever be talent in my heart. So for me, I always protect the presenters.
Yeah.
When I went back to be programs manager again at Yarona FM in 2021, 2020, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Changed the lineup. Some of the guys on that lineup are still on air now.
Yeah.
But folks on breakfast and all that.
Yeah.
And you know what I did? I gave everybody a pay rise.
So what's so difficult about paying talent in Botswana?
It's not difficult paying talent. People don't want to do it.
Is that why you keep leaving the job, your management, because you pay niggas?
No. The original time I left the job in 2017 was, hey man, this is an interesting one. I gotta be very careful.
I can't wait.
Hey,
see how I did that?
Anyway, my boy Fox knows the real story. My wife knows the real story.
Tell us the real story.
So,
we want the real story.
No, the real story was there was a kind of a separation of ideas of what I believed would make the product better and move the company forward and the station forward, versus what some of the shareholders believe. Let me tell you something, right?
Yeah.
I own my own company. I'm sorry about the mic.
Yeah.
I own my own company now, which means I'm a shareholder, right? If you work for me, right?
Yeah.
Even as the CEO, you can't win against me.
No, I know that much.
My company.
Hey, I've had enough beefs with boss.
Got reasoning. We sort of like company. You understand?
You know.
Yeah, and the two kind of big things at the time that caused that rift in 2017. I know everybody's like, oh, he was dating a presenter. No.
Why are you taking my notes, my man?
No, he was dating a presenter.
Okay, so I think it was because he fell in love.
No, that's not it.
With his wife, who he's married to, but they have the 2 beautiful babies at home, and guys were just on some. No,
that's actually not it. I'm from Phikwe, but Phikwe rata the rules.
Yeah.
And I'm a well-read guy. I like to research.
Yeah, man.
Yarona FM did not have a non-fraternization clause or rule.
Yeah.
Anybody could date anybody.
Yeah.
At Yarona FM, right? So that wasn't it.
I just said someone's name. Hey, Mutana, that's it about.
No, he wasn't dating people. He wasn't dating. He only was forcing himself on people. Anyway, I didn't force myself on anyone.
Oh, I shouldn't have laughed at that. I laughed.
You laughed a little too hard, huh?
That was a little too hard.
You laughed a little too hard. Nah, but anyway, I'm right. Anyway,
good ratings.
No, but anyway, my thing was, it was really where the station was going. I remember this well. Do me at the time, and these are people that, and before you guys take the clips and do me and I are cool. He's a Phikwe guy. We're cool. Rob and I, we were talking when? Last week or something.
Yeah.
Like Robin and I are fine.
Yeah.
But it's the time when Dumi was trying to bring Robin back to Yarona FM. I don't know breakfast show brand.
Yeah.
Okay? And I was the opinion professionally that didn't fit what we were doing strategically.
Yeah.
Because one of the biggest problems with Radio Botswana is we don't find new talent, train it and develop it and make them stars.
Yeah.
Right now, one of the biggest stars or the most listened to shows at Yarona FM, most listened to presenters at Yarona FM now is a girl called Melanie, right? Melanie Monad, right?
I told her that. I actually said it on air once.
Yeah.
Why aren't they taking you to breakfast?
She sent me that clip.
Oh, she said
that's my trainee. That's good.
Why is she blowing up?
Hey, that's the shit I'm talking about. I said to Melanie when I was training her, you need to get on air, and if you get on air, you're going to be extremely successful. Okay?
Yeah.
I can list people that I train and put on.
Yeah.
And are doing extremely well.
Give me some names.
We don't want to move on.
Yeah.
Okay? Some of my favorite people that I've trained and put on radio. Okay? Melanie Monada right now, who's on Yarona FM. This guy, Ndeeps, who they got rid of.
Yeah.
Who are such a great, unique, very different type of presenter.
I thought he was traveling out of the country.
And I got tired of this shit. He reached out to me, he's like, I'm tired of this shit. Ndeeps was special. Nobody's like Ndeeps. I like different people who are different.
I like Ndeeps.
Yeah, he's different, right?
Yeah.
Ndeeps a guy who is now doing really well. I saw an article who he's traveling for some Sadek shit is Sway.
Yeah.
When I put Sway on drive, right? Sway told me he wasn't good enough to be on drive.
Yeah.
He told me that. Okay?
Yeah.
And the station manager at the time said to me, if you put this nigga on drive, I'll go over. Because it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
And I said to Owen, you should resign because it's going to work out. He never resigned. I left. But the point I'm trying to make is, that's the culture. Sway was a guy that I saw had something special and should be on radio. Yeah. Monare Melanie is somebody that I saw as something. But the people, Moredo Botswana, for some reason, they keep recycling the same people and don't want to put new people on. Yeah. I don't understand that culture. Yeah. I was on radio for a very long time. Yeah. I have zero interest in getting back on air. Yeah. My success now comes from saying, man, I found Ross. Yeah. Look what Ross is doing now. I found Ndeeps. Look what he's doing. I put the breakfast show with Fox, and everybody said Fox cannot present. He's just a sports guy. Yeah. Wow, what about on breakfast? Biggest breakfast show out there. I take pride in that more than because I already was very successful on air. Yeah, you know what to do. Too many people in management. Yeah. Radio Botswana were not stars. Yeah. So when I lay no,
I was so blowing out.
So not a blowing. Jay-Z has no interest in rapping. Yeah. He doesn't care when J. Cole drops something amazing or Kendrick. Yeah. He's done it. Wow.
This rain is coming down hard.
Yeah, that's what happens when I do an interview. I get out.
Okay, I want to get into Hone being a manager of talent in Botswana, Wabon, do you think people who should be managing talent in this point in time should have been people who've experienced some of the things they coach have experienced before? Do you need people who've played in the field before? Because like what we see most of the time when it comes to the creative industry, it's a lot of lawyers, it's a lot of accountants. How do we manage this? Like, so that we can get the best out of the talent.
Okay. So talent management, I get it. Talent management isn't about necessarily someone who's been talent. Having been talent helps because there's a part of you that understands the grind and what's necessary, right? But the one thing that you should have if you're going to manage talent is empathy.
Yeah.
Be able to put yourself in his shoes, in her shoes, and understand her point of view.
Yeah.
That's what creates great managers.
Yeah.
Great managers and great leaders are servants, servant leadership. So you are able to kind of put yourself over there and see that perspective, then sit in the big chair and make decisions.
Yeah.
So you're not necessarily because you've been a presenter, you should manage presenters.
Yeah.
I believe it helps, but some of the best people who've managed have not been presenters. It's just people who are willing to understand a different point of view.
Yeah.
So that's the big one for me.
Definitely. With you pick TV, it's also something that I've always been interested in finding out about from you because it feels like the right move to make from radio. Now take all of that skill set onto TV because you've also worked on TV as well. What was your experience with you pick TV? And let me preface it with saying one or like I had a conversation with Bonni Dintwa once about trying to figure out how can we get pods, all these little influencer content producers on there, and it just looked like it wasn't connecting at the time. So when I heard you were there, I was like, all right, cool. Here's someone who understands.
Yeah.
What happened when you got to UPIC?
Yeah, UPIC was great. I think UPIC was great because I was their first GM. Huh?
Hey.
I was literally their first GM.
Yeah.
And we built a really strong strategy. My main responsibility, like any CEO, is you create a great strategy that's going to make business sense for your shareholders and it's going to make sense for the product itself for people out there.
Yes, sir.
So we did a strategy. We started to roll out that strategy. We started to see success of that strategy by saying we're going to be local centric.
Yeah.
We're going to focus on UPIC original content and make it about locals. We did a series of stand-up comedy specials that December. We got the highest number of subscriptions and views when we did those specials.
Yeah.
Right? And then
it was local cats.
Yeah, it was local. Boba and Bino and stuff. Like really funny stuff.
Yeah.
But then that didn't work out. Sometimes
what didn't work out? The numbers?
No, sometimes the marriage doesn't work. Sometimes because the original strategies were
I mean with the content itself, was it able
the numbers were great. Like the product was great. The numbers were good. The strategy was working. But you have to understand, corporate, it's about relationships.
Yeah.
So if sometimes if your relationship isn't working, you know what, they're not right for each other.
But it's a parastatal, right?
Yeah. State-owned enterprise.
So I'm just trying to figure out, what are the measures to say, why can't we have more of what we see already on Facebook? Because like I think sometimes there's like such a big disconnect over what is expected. Or okay, we have all these young people who are doing great content, and in my head I'm like, shouldn't you pick the number one?
My belief, right?
Yeah.
My belief with the conversations that I've had with UPIC recently is UPIC are going to roll out their strategy of being more local, inward looking, developing local product and content and growing it.
Yeah.
They have a new GM now. Mahatma is still there. Yeah. So we've had meetings with them and spoken. So I can see for now it's making sense that, look, I always say this, you're not going to out Hollywood.
Yeah.
You're not going to beat Netflix. They have a $20 billion budget.
Yeah.
You're not going to beat Showmax. So the thing that we have to offer in Botswana, which makes us special, is a window into us.
Yeah.
Who we are as a culture, who we are as a people.
Yeah.
Our comedy, our dramas, our sports. And I believe that's where they're going, because now through living and in that experience and looking at the numbers, they're like, yeah, we need to put local football on. We need to put, local comedians on, because they see when that content is on, the numbers spike. So,
because and I'm not even blowing our own horn here.
Yeah.
Pause. What? But like, what would hurt about getting this on there?
Yeah, no, that's no, that's not a question for me. But I'm saying the conversations that we've had with them recently, I go to Gabon.
Isn't
yeah.
There's a lot of disconnect, and I'm hoping, because it's a new Botswana, these things you're gonna plug you.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be running to other TV networks. We're on YouTube right now. We're so happy we're on it. But I was thinking, one day you could get this platform on something like a UPIC, be able to sell advertising, be able to create employment with all of us. But I always see a disconnect with this thing, Bonni. And because of one thing, I think I'm asking you the hard questions, because I'm always trying to figure it out. Or why can't we?
Yeah.
It looks so easy. People watch this thing like a lot. Why can't we take those eyes and put them onto UPIC?
Yeah.
And then I've never subscribed for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say to you, that's another thing. You as a Motswana will say, yo, why isn't UPIC putting us on UPIC? What are the subscription numbers? Because they need to pay you, right? But as I've said, I can see where the thinking is going in that direction, because they can see that's what's up.
Definitely.
You understand? But that's one of the things that we've now built.
Yeah.
One of the things I realized is a lot of the times in Botswana, we complain about, yo man, why is nobody putting me on? But what we've done now, and the reason that I went into business for myself, is we're building those platforms now.
Yes, sir.
Because with my current partners, the idea is let's build our own platform.
Yeah.
Because I worked for people, I had these ideas, they weren't translating.
Yeah.
So why not work for myself and build my own platform, Botswana, that will put this podcast on. And those my own guys are hilarious. I'd like to see them on TV or stream.
And Costa can't be an upcoming forever.
Yeah.
And we need to put some money in his pocket, because he's always creating. And that's where depression comes in.
Yeah.
Before we get into your new ventures, how have you been able to handle depression and rejection and all of this? I know Zizi, but also, how are you able to handle it? Because you're an inspiration. Don't get a big head yet. You're an inspiration in that, like, yo, you've seen it all, nigga. And even when I was working with Zizi, and we talk about like all of this stuff, and like she told me about like what you're heading on to, what you're putting yourself through, how ubereke.
Yeah.
We're hoping this one works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And which also shows the power of having a strong woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How are you not in a pit somewhere?
Okay,
Crying.
so you cannot be somebody who's building, okay?
Yeah.
And not have strength to carry cement.
Yeah.
So really that simple. I said this earlier. Botswana, we do this thing where a guy who I have a lot of respect for, who's an entrepreneur, who's doing really, really well, said to me, Botswana, our biggest issues are we want to do well, but we don't want to suffer.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm where I am, and I'm wealthy and I'm doing all the stuff because there was a period in my life where I was willing to suffer to build.
Yeah.
So I always say to guys, your level of suffering while you're trying to build something and failure, that usually translates to your level of success.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you get turned down 100 times, eventually you're gonna get 100 yeses, right?
Yes, sir.
When we set up the company, right? What I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Everybody laughed at us. When we started doing pitches, everybody laughed at us. When we got the BFA partnership, right? Everybody laughed at us because we were like, oh, BFA, I want to mad, yeah. Everybody laughed at us.
Yeah.
And then we started the work in earnest 3 months ago, right? So many doors were closed in our faces. There were so many no's.
Yeah.
I remember somebody in a meeting saying to us, why would I want to work with BFA?
Yeah.
The Zebras are a dead brand. When was the last time when a Zebras and a sponsor or a partner? And then I remember somebody saying to me, Rabe, those guys is a lady, you know, quite a high up lady, more corporate.
Yeah.
Keep learning about AFCON. I would say about qualify. Like Ghana Zebras have qualified for the first time since 2012. This is a huge deal. You know what the lady said to me? She said to me, we have no interest in partnering with the Zebras because Ghana ba with Joaco Morocco, I would do that said. Keep about doing fan parts.
Hold me back.
Yeah, no, give about fan parts. Why would I invest with you guys? Leader the fan parks as Zebras. Who wants to watch that? Someone who is a leader. Wabon.
I think this is a perfect segue because
Yeah. You don't need to drown.
Because right now we're actually talking about the company that you work with, which you own partly and you are partner with, Thomas Home Media, which has forged a strategic marketing and a business development partnership with the Botswana Football Association. Guys, we didn't just put it here. We love Okasi also. We love the BFA, but these gentlemen, I was actually at the thing earlier this week when you guys were launching the squad.
Yeah.
And you guys were also the AFCON squad, and also there was also the launch of
the AFCON kit.
The AFCON kit and the sponsors.
I know them off the top of my head.
So you were just saying, kana sponsor one.
Yeah.
Got 2012.
Yeah.
Orange.
Yeah.
Right now, when we were over at the thing there, and you guys were launching even some of the support that you have, I saw St. Louis.
Yeah.
You know, I saw chartered
insurance brokers.
Insurance brokers. Hold up.
Yeah.
I saw Cresta. I saw Air Botswana.
Yeah.
Who am I leaving out?
Yeah. So it's chartered insurance brokers.
MISA. Ministry
of Sports and Arts. So our headline sponsor is always for the Zebras is the Ministry of Sports and Arts. They foot the largest bill. As I said in my speech,
Sports and Arts.
Yeah, Ministry of Sports and Arts.
Yeah.
They foot the largest bill. I said in my speech, without the government, without the Ministry of Sports and Arts, there wouldn't be a qualifying campaign. Because everybody else who comes on, you know, they are partners. They're doing a lot for the sport. But a lot of people come on, you know, when you've qualified for the World Cup.
Yeah.
When you've qualified for AFCON.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize the financial implications of making it.
Yeah.
The cost of playing qualifiers. And the Ministry of Sports always foots that bill.
Yeah.
You know, there was during the qualifying campaign, I remember there was a big hoopla about chartering a flight.
Yeah.
You know, and that's to the tune of $1 million. That's because that's the level of support.
People.
Yeah. That's the level of support that the government gives.
Yeah.
And the attitude I think sometimes that exists is, hey, you recommend the national team, they should do it. No, it's not automatic. You understand? There are a lot of governments that don't put that kind of support behind their teams.
Yeah.
So that's why they really kind of our headline sponsor because they foot that bill. And
come on,
Ministry of
man.
Sports and Arts.
Come on, Ministry of Sports and Arts.
Yes.
Come on, man.
Orange are our mobile partner.
Yeah.
They're the mobile sponsor. And you talked about it all those years back, Orange was still there.
Yeah.
Orange has been with the BFA for over a decade. Orange is with the FA Cup. They do the Orange FA Cup.
Yeah.
They've done the Orange FA Cup for how many years now? Is it 6-7 years now?
It's longer. I'm sure it's longer than that.
Yeah, then
it's
7
way
years
longer
now.
than that. I was on radio. I remember.
And
Orange Cup.
So the AFCON partners as well. They put their money where their mouth is, and they've been supportive.
Yep.
You have DSTV, who are the first time broadcast partners.
Come on now.
And they're the first time broadcast partners because they really want every Motswana to be able to watch AFCON.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys don't realize that the way these tournaments work, whether it's the World Cup, AFCON, there's licensing. You know, you have to have a broadcast agreement to broadcast it. So, you know, SuperSport put their money where their mouth was. They got behind it. They're under Canal Plus now.
Yeah.
And they say to us, listen.
Hold up.
Yeah.
What Canal what?
Canal Plus.
You know what it's Canal Plus. Epa. You know what it's not Canal Plus. It's Canal Plus.
Canal Plus.
So,
Canal Plus. I went to private school.
Is it orange or orange?
Yeah, like it's not total. In my pan, it's not total, it's total.
It's total. I've heard those
Yes.
names too. Yeah, Canal Plus.
It's Canal Plus,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
So they've come on for the first time now. We have a broadcast partnership with them. BFA has a partnership
And the
with them for
direct
broadcast. Yeah, so it's a broadcast partnership for that
Yeah.
to promote Korabatswana by Lebe.
Yeah.
And what they've done as our partners is DSTV Access is the most affordable package on the bouquet.
Yeah.
And you never see World Cup or AFCON or anything on Access.
Yeah.
Right? They usually save that for the more expensive packages. But
Yeah.
for the first time ever, they've got AFCON on Access because they're looking at the economic situation saying Botswana can afford Access,
Yeah.
but without having to pay the premium.
An
So
extra premium,
that's what they've come on board and done for us.
Whoa, man.
Then we've got Air Botswana, which makes sense. We're flying
Yeah.
the flag.
Yeah.
These boys are flying the flag, and Air Botswana is the flag. You can't fly on any other airline representing this country. We're
Yes,
flying the
sir.
flag, and Air Botswana making sure that the guys get to where they need to get to.
Yes, sir.
So that's something that's exciting.
Yeah.
Cresta is I always talk about Orange and Cresta are multinationals.
Yeah.
But they have a very big footprint locally. They involved in the community. They're people by a lot of guys. Cresta has been around for so long.
I slept in a Cresta in Uganda. Nigga.
Yeah, Cresta's been around for so long.
Crazy.
People are not Cresta. You don't tell us about Botswana.
Can a Cresta pay consistent?
Yeah. My mother worked
all
at
the way.
Cresta Wusela Hotel. That's how long Cresta
It's
has
been
been
around.
around. Yeah, go Phikwe. So even my mom worked for Cresta. So they are our hospitality partner. The squad
Yeah.
is staying there, and they're hosting all our events. They just hosted the kit launch and the squad announcement as well. And then the new baby who's joined us is Chartered Insurance Brokers Botswana.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that.
The ideas that we had when we first were looking for partners, we said, what do players need?
Yeah.
What do Zebras fans need? So if you're a player, you need to fly to Morocco. So let's get an
First of
airline.
all.
Let's do Botswana. You need to communicate. Let's
Yeah.
get Orange.
Let's have a- hey.
Right, digital and roaming and all that.
Facebook, unya.
I get it. You need a place to stay. Let's get Cresta.
Yeah.
Right. You gotta watch AFCON on TV. Let's get DSTV.
Yeah.
And there's like one thing that a lot of people don't realize is extremely expensive, especially when you're dealing with national teams and stuff. It's travel insurance, travel and personal injury.
Oh.
So Chartered Insurance Brokers have sponsored the team with everybody's covered. So nobody is worried if they lose their luggage. They're covered for that.
Yeah.
Nobody's worried if they miss a connecting flight. They're covered for that.
Yeah.
Nobody's worried about personal injury. You're playing out there. Some guy in Senegal first game, Sadio Mane drop kicks you on their chest. Was but telling how not small
Knock on
about
wood,
that.
nigga.
You're not scared because you're covered
Yeah.
with that personal injury as well.
Yeah.
So all of that now, our team is fully covered. There's no Botswana. Oscar, they're safe. Whether they need medical assistance, whether they miss a flight, whether their luggage is lost, they're covered. So that's what CIB has come on board and done for us. And obviously, Mogo Yarona, who even in 2012 are still there. Our brothers
Come
and
on
sisters
now.
at Olkasi. By the way, this is not the new replica. This is a shirt. This is a shirt that.
This is the shirt that wouldn't fit Bonni.
Yes, this is the shirt that I'm too fat to fit
really
in.
tried,
But
guys.
this is the shirt that our partners, all of our partners, this is a shirt that they'll be wearing.
This is a new T-shirt that they gave
Yeah,
me,
this is a new
huh?
T-shirt that with a soccer ball.
With the soccer ball
So
on
all
it
our
as well.
partners, when you see somebody wearing this shirt, they're one of our partners.
They
others-
said I should mention the
Yeah,
money. It's
so-
but a Black Friday next week, so about $4.99 yana.
Yeah, so
it's really affordable.
Bobani gave you prices, yeah.
No, they gave me a price,
Yeah,
and then they
big,
said
yeah,
you
big.
guys are still talking about prices. But when he saw
Yeah,
me
for Black
leave
Fri- for Black
for
Friday,
Black
yeah,
Friday,
the one
about
with
$4.99.
yeah.
Wabon. So Black Friday, Yabon, I think it's gonna extend until even after this interview.
Yeah. So it's
around the 5th.
Yeah. So it's gonna extend up until then.
Yeah,
so
until around the 5th.
that new replica is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure in post production, there's the part where these boys will show you the new replica. I absolutely love that replica. And the cool thing about the replica
Which one is your favorite?
There's a story behind it.
There's a black one, a white one.
and my favorite is a black one. The black one is weird. People say the black one you either love it or you hate it. I love the black one, but
I like the white one.
but soft guys like the white one.
Oh, goodness. Guys with washing machines.
No, but the cool thing is the story behind the kid is really inspiring.
Yeah.
So it's essentially diamonds and zebras was what inspired them. So it's like our diamond zebras, right? So if you look at the way the kit is, it's got diamonds on it as detail, and it's got zebras on it as detail with sublimation, through sublimation. So it's the first kit that we've ever put a national team out into the world with, which tells our specific Botswana story.
I heard him say that.
We are the herd.
Yeah.
We are a strong herd of zebras. With zebras in the wild, when they're together, no predator can get them as a herd.
Yeah.
So if we stray together, we're strong together.
Yeah.
That's what that zebra reflects.
Yes, sir.
And then you obviously have diamonds, which are the foundation with which this country was built.
Good accent.
And everywhere, sorry.
School fees,
Diamonds are the foundation. The foundation which this country was built.
Yes, sir.
And we're at a point where, as a country, we have the best diamonds in the world, and we must always remind people, nothing beats real diamonds. You can create all the diamonds you want in labs. Nothing beats a diamond from the earth, from this country. It was special, and that's what we're representing with that kid. So all Cassius, and then the song. This is a special one. Because Scar cares about this one. He's very invested in this one.
Yeah, this is an official track.
Yeah, for the first time ever, the Zebras are going to have an official theme song for AFCON, and it is ATI's Mankalengale. Thank you to his estate. Yeah, thank you to ATI's parents.
Wow.
Thank you to Batobame Investments and his estate for giving us the rights to use this song as the song of AFCON. Wow. I got really emotional. Yeah.
Now I saw you when you were announcing that.
Yeah.
Or Patrick Yarona. When you're at this side, you might be
I'm a sensitive guy.
Yeah, with us, you know what I mean? But
I'm a sensitive guy, and I loved ATI. So I
love the idea of also localizing all of this, you know? Because, that's going to hit hard when we win.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it was a tough year for anybody who really had a lot of love for ATI.
Yeah.
But what better way to honor the guy, man?
Yeah.
Than have his song be the song that every time our football team goes out on the, that's, we're thinking about ATI.
Wow,
it's a great way to honor the guy, man.
That's crazy. But we're going to wrap it up in just a little bit. I just want to get from you, as the representative of Yako Thomas Hall Media, what will the company do differently to amplify Botswana's football brand during and after AFCON? Like, this is a big deal. You know, people had the king. So, so going forward now to make this. I think that the team to watch
from day one. The most important thing that we've done is be different. We're Botswana's first fully fledged sports marketing agency, right? And what we did from day one was say, Zebras can't be the same Zebras. BFA can't be the same BFA.
Yeah.
And fortunately, the BFA leadership that came in September last year, I'm gonna call him Tariq. I think but okay.
I knew him as Tona before I knew him as Tariq.
I know everybody from the village says that. Village. I'm from a town.
Yes,
so one of the most important things, one of the most important conversations we had with him when just talking about it was we have to be different. We have to be disruptors. I mean, his VP2 as well, Tico said to me, Antare, it has to look and feel different, right? So you saw what for the first time, the squad announcement was also a sponsorship announcement.
Yeah.
The squad announcement was also the kit launch.
Yeah.
Right? We weren't at Likidi, Nerlego Cresta.
Yeah.
All these things may seem like little things, but we turned what was essentially a press conference into a major media event. Because the important thing for us is to understand that the Zebras by itself is a brand, and the Zebras by itself is a business.
Yeah.
And so what we've done that's different is, we've sat with the BFA. The BFA has set up a commercial wing called Likidi. Likidi Investments, which now is a commercial arm of the BFA.
Okay.
We've sat with other stakeholders within the sports fraternity. We've sat with the BNSC and had several meetings with the BNSC chairman.
Yeah.
Just telling him what our feeling is about sports and the business of sports. And we recently saw the BNSC themselves are about to launch their own commercial arm. Right? If we can do
Diagonal, huh?
that. Yeah, if we can have these conversations with people in positions of leadership, and they're understanding that sport is commercial, money must be made.
Yeah.
Kids must not play motamiko. It must stop being motamiko.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we change that mindset, and now we start having millionaire football players and millionaire athletes and millionaire boxers, that really is what my target is, because I treat athletes the same way that I treated on-air talent.
Yeah.
I want these guys who are shooting this, I want them to be millionaires.
Yeah.
They have talent.
Yeah.
The same way that I want the guys on air, radio, to get paid what they deserve.
Yes, sir.
So that's why we set up Thomas Hall Media, and that's what we're doing. And we started with the BFA because they're the biggest NSA, the largest one. And we said, if we can make a difference with an organization this big, then we can make a difference with other NSAs.
Yeah.
And we're talking to a lot of other NSAs and starting partnerships and signing contracts with them as well, which we're very proud of. You know?
doubt.
Yeah.
NSA National Sports Association.
Yeah, sorry. Can I not give you a language
Hey,
sports? National
we've got
Sports
a young
Association.
10 minutes
Yes.
here, and I just want to know from you, as someone who's been hanging around these offices, because I know you don't hold your tongue.
Yeah.
How does the team look? How does the motivation look? Have you hung out with the coach? What are you seeing, dog?
Look, man, the reality is I know guys will say, oh, he's saying this because it's his
They're
agency.
working with them, yeah.
But I really like the coach. You know, the one meeting that
He's
we
so
had.
human about even selecting the guys who
man.
Hey, this was hard.
Yeah, no,
Have you ever seen a coach get in front of everyone and just say, oh, gents, yeah, that ain't easy. And you can tell he was talking to the boys.
Yeah. I mean, the meeting, Tepo, who's the our South African partner, wasn't here for that meeting. But Fox and I, my Botswana partner, we had a really cool meeting with the coach.
Yeah.
And he really believes that these guys can do something special and shock the world.
Yeah.
He really believes they can get out of the group, which I believe as well.
Yeah.
So I like the coach. He really cares about the players and want the guys to do well. You know, the president of the FA, Tariq, I know he always makes jokes and says, but the reality is he has a vision for the BFA, for football, that is commercially driven, and understands that if there's money being made, it makes everybody's life better. I respect that a lot because we are about the business. The broadcasting side in terms of TV licensing deals and that, we're working very closely with the BFA to make sure that when a TV licensing deal is signed, a broadcast deal, that money trickles down to the teams, and that money then trickles down to the players. Because you see what overseas, in South, let me start with South Africa because they're neighbors.
Yeah.
Where Tepo, our South African partner, worked for years.
Yeah.
He worked for SuperSport for years.
Yeah.
SuperSport would sign deals with guys, saying, they would make it possible for a team to sign a foreign player and pay. Wow.
Enough money for
So what we need to do as well here, which is exactly what the new regime and the leadership at BFA is saying, is, guys, we brought you on board. Put your money where your mouth is. Show us this is possible.
Yeah.
Go do TV deals that will put money in the pockets of players. Go do NIL deals that will make sure that our most popular players are getting paid for the image rights and name and likeness.
Yeah.
It's early days. It's only been 3 months. But in the 3 months, you just said this. When was the last time the Zebras had one sponsor?
He'll already 3 months at the thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at all these sponsors and I'm like, what did you put in the water?
Yeah.
Like, what's changed?
Yes. In these 3 months, if you look at purely from looking for sponsorship or partnership, our churn rate and our success rate is really high.
It's crazy.
In 3 months, you've done what? 6 partners, 7 partnerships? Which means we're signing 2 partnerships
a month.
I'm asking you because you should know. You're the clever guy. We're doing 2 partnerships a month with a brand that some people, when we started, were saying the Zebras brand is a dead brand. People don't care about the Zebras brand. And if you look at when we launched that kit, and you get on Facebook, and you look at the reactions that people are getting to All Gassi's new kit, everybody loves that kit. Nobody's saying anything negative.
That kit is amazing.
And I sat with Bonni and Ludo after we did the kit launch. And we said, do you see how easy it is when we sit down together and work together and try to do something special for Botswana? How easy it is to be successful. So man, all guys here have been great. We're working really closely with them. and all our other partners have been great.
Yeah.
And we're still in negotiation with some other people as well. So before the team leaves, we may announce even more sponsorships and more partnerships.
No doubt.
I'm putting my neck on the line on the podcast.
King King, zoom.
Check out the podcast. I'm putting my neck on the line. I'm betting that we're gonna get out of. You talk to Petway on this thing, I guess.
Yeah.
So I can bet. I'm betting that this team is gonna qualify. We're gonna get out the group.
I really love the names I saw.
Yeah.
I'm just really, really excited when we're back.
Yeah.
And there's more support than just one brand.
Yeah.
And shout out Orange for coming back again, man.
Yeah.
Shout out everyone else who's a newbie on there. You know, it's so good to see Okasi also. It looks it's the perfect
marriage.
storm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you guys also playing quarterback as well. You know, it's looking very, very midfielder for soccer players. You know, doing your role, distributing and making sure other people are able to participate. With what they got. What would you say to Botswana about how they can participate? And let's wrap it up there.
Yo, man, it's real easy. We just launched a campaign called Zebras Fridays.
Hey.
So go out and get your replica. And you see, I don't even need to sell hard. Those things are nice.
They're very beautiful.
Yo,
man.
you didn't the blind, so it's an easy sell. Go out and get your replica. And every single Friday, we're saying to corporates, let your employees show up wearing the replica. Everybody, even if you yourself or corporate or
Civil
SME,
service,
you or some fresh on the side of the road, now company, go buy a replica so that every single Friday, all the way from the number 1 citizen down to me, the number 2 million citizens, I get last all of us wear these replicas every single Friday, and every single time these boys see us doing this. Trust me, I played sport.
Yeah.
Support makes a very, very big difference. And another thing that's really cool is you at your office, Zabras Fridays, you guys at PODICAST, when you wear the kit, the replica, when you post and do really cool stuff and posts and videos and TikToks, we see you. Every Friday, whichever corporate really stands out as doing something really cool, we'll have a really nice little prize for you and give you something nice. So if anybody who does something that really stands out and makes the guys feel good and feel happy in camp, we're going to do that for you. So that's how we do it. And now getting away from football, we're working with other sports.
Yeah.
Basketball is one that I play basketball, so it's very close to my heart.
It's right here.
So I'm biased, boss. If you goes on RB2.
So what did you say?
Basketball is number 1 for me. So we're gonna come speak to corporates, man. We're gonna educate guys about because we realize corporates, a lot of guys how to sponsor sports in a CSR. They don't even put in their marketing budget because they don't know how to justify return on investment and value for money with sports. So we're teaching guys in May, 6th and 7th of May next year. We're going to do a business or sports summit. It's called BOSS, Business or Sports Summit. We're going to bring in our partners from across the ocean and in other countries to come and talk to Botswana businesses about how you can get into sports as a business. And also policy guys to talk to government on how to create policies to make sure that sport becomes a major part of your GDP. Sport is a multi-trillion-dollar business worldwide. It's a multi-billion-dollar business in Africa, but we're not making any money from it in this country. And the only way to do it is to get involved. So even guys, our partners at Business Botswana, we're doing a lot of work with Business Botswana to bring Boss out and BNOC and everybody else. So football was just the start. It was just the start. Hey, Malay you go do collaboration.
Hey, I gotta say what's up to the girls at home because they'll kill me.
Okay.
I didn't have a chance to say the conversation. Hello, ladies at
hi, Alani. Hi, Alani. Hi, Atara. And I'm gonna shock you now. Hi, everybody at church.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen.
Grace Baptist Church. That's my church.
No doubt.
I'm a Baptist.
No doubt.
So hi to everybody. Hi to my mom, the white lady.
No
so
doubt.
we're turning sport around in Botswana.
No doubt.
And I want guys to get paid for it. So thanks for coming out.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate you and see you tonight at the team send-off.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Guys, that's our show. I think, Oh, you want to say something?
What about your wife?
No, he did it already.
Oh, Lord. My wife is a celebrity. I don't want to take her to take my shine. Hi, Mimi. Fox. Zizi Panther. Zizi Panther.
Guys, that's the end of our show. It's been fun. We absolutely enjoyed it, and we're looking forward. Let's all get behind the zebras. Let's buy that merchandise. The Black Friday sale is around $499.
For Black Friday. It's an extended Black Friday. It's going to be a week where you get it for $499 before the price goes up. So get it. Get the replica at BFA from BFA or at JB Sports. You can get it. So you can get it at BFA or you can get it at JB Sports as well. If you're a corporate, order it at BFA and BFA will literally drop it off for you as well. That's all we're doing.
That's all.
So now that we talked about football and sports, it's time for the spicy and juicy stuff.
No, we're done.
The Bonni stuff.
Nah, we're done. We're so done. This show is over. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you bright and late on a Wednesday, 3 p.m. It's been fun, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, bro. Sure.
And we out, guys. Peace.
People of different identities. Podcast with BSCAR.